Today we're going to be doing measuring and constructing angles. Okay, essential question, how can we measure and classify an angle? What I want you to do right now is work with your groupies and go ahead and fill out page 22 of your student journal, and then you can move on and read page 25 if you'd like. We're not going to do page 23 or 4, okay? Just 22 right now. If you want to move on and read 25, you can. All right, so here's what I need. I need this table right here. You guys get A and B. You guys, that group gets C and D. The back group gets E and F. You guys back there get G and H. You guys over here will get some in a while. Okay? All right. So come on up. Put your answers up here. We'll check them out. Everyone else is making sure your answers match theirs. Rep from your table. Right up there. You're going to put them on the sheet up there. You got to.
I'm doing the C, you're going to do D. I only got 5-4. You gave it to me. I'm going to do C, you're going to do D. I think so. Yeah, you do too. I think we do both. BLC. So cute 110. Do you remember the other one? Yeah. BL's 1. Oh, give me some. Here's some. Wait. I think it can hear. Yep, we can.
Hey guys, two more there. What's up? Hey, who had F? Who did? You guys? What's up, man? All right, thank you. Okay, hey, let's make sure we agree. So, you guys over here, the groups that did not come up, AOB, distance cousin to LOB. Okay, AOB. Remember, when you're looking at an angle, your center point is your turning point. So we start at A, go to O, and then out to B. AOB has a length of 10, 20, 35 is an acute angle, so we go with the smaller measures here. 35, you guys agree up there? Okay, you guys agree with AOC? It is acute, right? Pretty cute. Aw, small angle. Okay, we got the smaller, so we've got the 60 and 5 rather than the bigger numbers here. BOC acute? BO to C? Yeah. And notice this time you can't just go, well, it's 65. You've got to figure out from here to here. So maybe counting, right? There's 5. There's 10 more. That's 15. There's 25 and 30. Good. Obtuse, B-O-E. B-O-E, bow. Did I look obtuse? What's obtuse mean? Sam? Bigger than 90. Starts with an O. Sam would like that. Okay. Obtuse. Bigger than 90. So greater than 90. So 110. Any disagreement there? Okay. Let's check it out. BOE. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, and 110. Good. Yeah, it looks like we're good. What angle are we missing here? Right angle. What's a right angle? Good. Right is 90. Okay. Acute, less than 90. Now let's go. Yeah. So our angle, our acute angle, is less than 90 degrees. Okay. I guess I should actually spell out angle there. It's less than 90. Obtuse is greater than 90. All right. Hey, all that's summarized on page 25 for you, just so you know. Not as cool of a drawing, but it's there. So if you look at page 25, you see that, but they also talk about the protractor postulate, and you guys just use that. It looks really amazing when you put big titles on it, but consider this. Okay, consider AOB, all right, being lined up with one side of OB, and then you have OA. And what it does is it says the measure of AOB can be written as, we write it as the measure of angle AOB. That little M in front means measure of. And it's equal to the absolute value of the difference between the real numbers. So those of you that were doing what I was doing, like counting here, you're like, well, 10, 20. You could just say, hey, one end of my protractor's at 180. The other end's at, I'm looking at the top row, so now I'm at 40. So if I subtract those, I get my angle measure, 140. And it doesn't matter whatever way you do it. You could go 40 minus 180. But since you're taking the absolute value of it, that gives you negative 140. And the absolute value of negative 140 is 140. That's the protractor postulate. It says you can subtract those numbers. Okay? Any questions there? All right. Okay. So we're going to try to classify these angles 3 different ways. This is the monitoring progress out of your book. If you want to use your book, you can, but there's your title, Measuring Constructing Angles. Tomorrow is going to be our construction, so if you have your compass, bring it tomorrow. Okay? We're going to use those tomorrow. If you don't have a compass, I'll have one you can borrow for class. But all right. So classify each of those angles 3 different ways. You get, I don't know, about a minute. Work with your groupies. Maybe for you 3, you guys get number 1. You guys over there get numbers 2 and 3. All right. Come on up. Put up your answers there. Talk about it. Everyone else checking their work. Classify it as many ways as you can there. You're like, I don't know. Okay, get as many as you can down. That's all right. You're supposed to do 2 and 3. Poor guys. Upset. Carson, why don't you just do that one? All right, here we go. Let's check it out. Obtuse. So number one, obtuse. Okay, that's telling what type of angle is. We definitely can name it PQR. We can name it RQP. What else could we call it? All right, who just yawned again? Okay, hey, very distracting. Don't do it. Okay? All right, if it's like involuntary, then cover your mouth and be really quiet about it. All right, so what do we have here? We're missing one angle. Not a right angle. This is a classification, so it's not really a name, but I appreciate it. So is this. How about this? Angle, by the way, we use a little angle symbol. How about angle Q? And we can call it angle Q because that's the only angle coming from there. Now, if you had this, and that was A, B, C, you could say angle ABC, angle CBA, but you couldn't say angle B because angle B could reference that angle, that angle, that angle, or that angle. But since there's only one angle coming off of Q, we're good. We're not talking about the exterior. So angle, we've got angle XYZ, angle ZYX. What else? Yeah? Right. Yeah, that's not actually that's classifying the angle. It's not giving it a name. Brennan? Angle Y. Very good. Any other names? There's actually one more there. That was a hint. Alex?
Angle 1.
Angle 1. Yeah. Get it? Get one more. Yeah. It's just sometimes we name angles by putting a number in there. Helps us reference it. Yeah. Uh-huh. You could reference that now as like angle 2. You wouldn't call it B2. You just say angle 2. So this CBA could also be called angle 2. Yeah. So what could we call this one? Drew? Angle 2. Someone that hasn't participated yet. Jordan? Angle E. Jeremiah? Angle DEF. That's def. Cool. All right. Sam? That would be classifying. Well, we'll give Sam. Fed. Yeah. Well done. All right. And you guys usually, well, we'll come back to that. Any questions there? Yeah. All right, that's what I was about to say. Yeah, usually you won't call it a right angle unless you actually see the right angle symbol. Okay. All right. Talked about the protractor postulate. There it is. It's an amazing protractor. It looks really cool. Common Core style. Talked about the different types of angles except for this one. This is the amazing angle that you're going to use a lot this year. Yep, Carla, now I'm actually calling you out. Focus on me. That would mean the person across from you who didn't get called out, Maddie, focus on me. So it's all Carla's fault. See what you did, Carla? Oh, look at that. So now you guys are just blaming each other. All right. So the point is, focus on me. Now this is a straight angle. Straight angle is 180 degrees. So if you think of a circle, let's admire my circle. Yep. Okay. And then you draw a diameter through it. Let's not admire my diameter because it's not very cool. It looks like a Pokemon ball for those of you who are into Pokemon. Okay. This is 180 degrees, half a circle. All right. So we're going to use that. You guys will use that like all year in geometry. Okay. We call them supplementary angles. So usually what we'll do is we'll put another ray in there and we'll say, hey, look, this is 42. What's this? What is that? 138. Yeah, 138. Why? Because the two have to add up to 180. Okay? That's how we use that a lot. All right. So let's try some problems. Some amazing problems that are. Use the diagram. Then you know what? We're not going to do that again. You guys have already done enough of that. You were amazing with it. All right. Without measuring DAB and FEH, in example 3, this is example 3, by the way, okay, is DAB congruent to FEH? Explain your reasoning. Okay, so just taking a look at that. Is DAB congruent to FEH? So this one to that one. Explain why or why not. Tell your neighbor. You don't have to write it down. Just tell them. Yes, no, why not?
Because one almost a right angle and the other one's like obtuse.
All right, volunteer. Yes or no? How many say yes? How many say no? Why are they not congruent? Why are they not congruent? Munti? It appears to be a right angle. And this one appears to be obtuse. Okay? That one appears to be obtuse. As you'll also notice, like if you look at your congruent markings, okay, this angle right here is congruent to that one. F is congruent to D. Those aren't right next to each other. The shapes are not congruent. Okay? This one appears to be right. That one appears to be obtuse. Okay, you could actually verify that with a protractor, but that's correct. Okay? All right. Well, let's go ahead and talk about the angle addition postulate real quick, just so you understand what it is. It's in your student journal under notes, but this says, well, actually, you guys read through it. Explain to your neighbor what it means. It's got a cool name. You should name your dog postulate. If you guys get a dog, call it. Come up with math names are cool names for dogs. Cats. Hey, come here, postulate.
I'm going to name on DOG.
Give it a shot. Hey, just so you know, if Alex gets a dog, he's naming it DOG.
Yeah.
That's awesome. He's going to name it DOG, which is dog. DOG? That's pretty good. All right, anyway, that has nothing to do with this. Hey, angle addition postulate. If P is in the interior of RST, so in other words, right here, it's in this angle, then the measure of angle RST is equal to the sum of the measures of RSP and PST. So in other words, this angle plus this angle equals this whole angle. That's what it's saying. Now, how many of you came up with that? All right. So part of it's just learning to read math, and sometimes it'll feel like you're reading in a circle, or after you get through the first sentence, you're like, what? Okay? The more you do it, the more you analyze it, the easier it becomes. So if P is in the interior, there we've got it. They actually go through and remember this means the measure of RST equals the measure of RSP plus measure of PST. A lot of students go, what's the M mean? How am I multiplying that by my angle? That's not what that means. Okay? Please also note that these little 2 slash marks that are there and there mean that this angle is congruent to that angle. If there are 2 marks here and 2 marks here, the angle with the 2 marks, those angles are congruent. If it said 1 mark and 2 marks, then they wouldn't be congruent. Okay, so let's go ahead and try some of these. Number 8. Given that angle KLM is a straight angle, find KLN and measure of angle NLM. And number 9. Go ahead and work with your groupies right there. Okay, tell the group next to you. All right, back table, way back there. You guys, what equation did you use to try to find the angle measure? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's always good. What page is this on in the textbook then? She's looking? Yeah, remember, page number is 37 to 46, so it's at the beginning. This is number 8 in the monitoring progress. Cynthia, what's your plan? Yeah. Yeah, number 8. Okay, so hold on 1 second. We're gonna hang out right there for a minute, just so that everyone understands what's going on. So that's our actual equation. What's our plan of attack? We're actually saying KLN plus the measure of angle in LM equals 180 degrees, right? Okay. So what'd you do from there? Good. So x equals 13. We're done. Everyone agree? What's wrong with that? All right. We haven't answered the question. We just found what x equals, which I'm sure that Cynthia was going to continue, but I cut her off. Okay. So what do we do from there? Someone else. Yeah.
So you plug it into the angle equation. So for angle KLM, it would be 10 times 13 minus 5. So that'd be 130 minus 5, which is 125, which is the degree.
Okay, now let me pause there. If he's correct, which he is, how could we find this angle? Sam? You could subtract it from 180 and say, hey, I automatically know this one better be 55. Right? So you could check it then by putting 13 in. 4 by 13, 52, plus 3, 55. We're good to go. Okay. Questions? All right, if you haven't finished 9, go ahead and finish it now, please. Here we've got it. We've got this plus this angle, EFH, so the measure of EFH plus the measure of angle HFG, all has to equal 90 degrees. EFH is 2x plus 2. HFG is x plus 1. Yes, Danica?
2x plus 2 is 2 times more than x plus 1, so it's just x plus 1 is 1/3 and x plus 2 is 2/3.
Good thinking there. Let's finish this real quick, and then can we point out what you're talking about that way? I know what you're saying. I totally agree with that. Okay, so 3x plus 3, 3x equals 87. So 1x is?
29.
Is what?
29.
29?
Yeah.
Everyone agree? Okay. If x is 29, what's that make this? That's 29 plus 1, or 30. Now, that makes this one what? 60. Okay. Now, Danica, you want to explain what you said again? And she recognized this early on. It's a good process. You can.
So, since 2x plus 2 is x plus 1 times 2, it's just a 1 to 3 ratio.
Good. Very good.
1 to 2 ratio. So, if we divide by 3, then multiply 1 by 1, and then we have 1 by 2.
Okay, you guys understand what she's saying? She's saying that this angle right here is 2 times x plus 1. 2x plus 2 is the same as 2 times x plus 1. It means you have 2 of x plus 1s. That means 2 of these angles make up this angle. That means if I could kind of break this into another and say, well, that's x plus 1, that's x plus 1, and that's x plus 1, which means I can divide that equally into 90 divided by 3, which is 30.
Oh, I see.
Very good job. All right. See, I told you you had a lot to contribute. All right. Any questions? All right, I need you to take out yesterday's assignment, please, or Thursday. 1.4, I want to score that, and then we'll come back to this problem here. So this last problem here, the last problem, you need to draw a picture for that scenario, what we're doing. The angle MNP is a straight angle. So how do we draw a straight angle? Yeah, we just draw a line. Okay? So we have M, N, P. Okay? NQ bisects NMP. So we have N, Q. It bisects it. What's bisect mean? Everyone, tell your neighbor quickly, what's bisect mean?
It's the area that's
Okay, what is bisect? KJ? It goes through the midpoint. It cuts it in half, right? Okay? Okay, it bisects the, NQ bisects the angle. Meaning if I am bisecting a straight angle, what does that make this angle? And this one is the same as this. What do each of those have to be? 90 degrees if they're bisected, right? Okay, so I got my little right angle marks there. Those both have to be 90-degree angles because you bisected it. They're equal. That's what this mark means. The square means the right angle. Okay, draw MNQ and NQ. Use arcs to mark the congruent angles. Okay, find the angle measures. All right. Any questions? Your assignment today is the student journal, page 26 all. Okay, student journal, page 26 all. All right.